हम्म.
झाली ना रेकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट?
हो.
ओके, ठीक आहे, चालेल. शरदच करतोय कंटिन्यू.
ठीक आहे, ठीक
सायलीचा काही रिप्लाय नाही आला.
आहे. हाँ हाँ ओके.
ओके.
हेलो शरद, आवाज आ रही है क्या? मिनिमाइज व्हेन यू आर रिकॉर्डिंग दिस मीटिंग. ओके.
शरद, हॅलो.
हाँ बोलतोय, मेसेज करतोय तो.
त्याला म्हणा बोलत जा थोडस मीटिंग मध्ये.
मैं
हेलो।
बोलत नाही तो. हाँ.
आप
ओके.
बोला करो ना मीटिंग में, मैम कुछ पूछ रही है तो.
वो मैसेज मैसेज करते वो.
नहीं,
वो थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन
कम्युनिकेशन
आंसर
है।
होगा तो बात किया करो, मैसेज पे ही मत रहो खाली.
ठीक है चल. लास्ट में हम लोगों ने सारे लूप ये वाले देखे थे ना,
हाँ, घर में
कंट्रोल.
टीवी भी चल रहा है ना, पेरेंट्स देख रहे हैं इसलिए मैं थोड़ा क्लास बस देखूंगा, इसलिए मैं ज्वाइन किया।
हेलो.
हाँ, घर में भी पेरेंट्स टीवी भी देख रहे थे ना, तो थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड नॉइसेस है, दैट्स व्हाई मैं चैट में ही आपको मैं भी कम्युनिकेट कर रहा था।
ओके ठीक है. हम लोगों ने लास्ट क्या देखा था? लास्ट में हम लोगों ने
नेस्टेड लूप से।
हाँ इफ
हेलो।
एल्स वगैरह, इफ एल्स इफ लैडर वो देखा था हम लोगों ने, राइट?
हाँ, ठीक है।
ओके.
हम्म,
चलो आज हम लोग देखेंगे फॉर लूप. ठीक है. फॉर लूप, व्हाट इज द सिंटैक्स ऑफ फॉर लूप? क्या है सिंटैक्स? लास्ट ये हम लोगों ने देखा था ना. ओके. ठीक है चलो. सो फॉर लूप का सिंटैक्स, व्हाट इज द सिंटैक्स ऑफ फॉर लूप? यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने देखा था कुछ नोट्स में. व्हाट इज द सिंटैक्स ऑफ फॉर लूप और व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग बेसिकली लूप्स, राइट? ठीक है. व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ लूप्स? सपोज इफ आई वांटेड टू if my iteration is fixed. Suppose if I wanted to one sentence multiple times, right? Then what we need to do is to avoid the same coding line. Correct. Okay. To avoid the same coding line means if I wanted to print hello Java या फिर hello JavaScript for 5 times, then right we need to declare a variable 5 times, a string variable, and then we'll need to print that variable, right? Or else we can get the, or we can declare the 5 statements, right, for printing 5 times that sentence. Okay, but here we have a loop means what? Simple एक cycle आप लोगों की, right? Simple एक cycle. So यहाँ पे what is the syntax for loop? So for, then variable हम लोग यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं? initialization, then semicolon, then condition. Okay, then increment and decrement, increment or decrement. Okay, and here is the block of for loop, and यहाँ पे हम लोग दे देंगे statements, right? Okay, now just an example. Suppose अगर मुझे लेना है, मुझे if I wanted to print hello JavaScript for 5 times, then right we need to use here for loop, basically for loop. Okay, जो कि हम लोग लिखते हैं using script tag. देन यहाँ पे हम लोग लिखेंगे सपोज मुझे लेना है फॉर, ओके, लेट आई इक्वल्स टू, लेट आई इक्वल्स टू 0. यहाँ पे हम लोग इनिशियलाइजेशन दे देंगे. ठीक है. देन आई इज कितनी बार प्रिंट करना है? लेस देन और इक्वल टू 5, मुझे 5 टाइम्स प्रिंट करवाना है, देन I प्लस प्लस, ओके राइट, बिकॉज इंक्रीमेंट है, मुझे 5 टाइम्स करना है, तो 5 टाइम्स इंक्रीमेंट करना है, तो यहाँ पे मैं 5 दे रही हूँ, ओके। एंड देन हियर वी आर राइटिंग बेसिकली डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट राइट, okay, and document dot write, here we need to write hello JavaScript, right? Basically, now just run the program and see. Let's see, is it working or not, right? यहाँ पे देखो 5 times उसने, it is printing hello JavaScript for 5 times, but in the same line, what we need to do is it will increment by 1, right? Right. It will increment by 1 till 5. Okay, now how the execution will happen? Let I equals to 0 means we have defined the initialization here. Then the condition will be I wanted to print this statement for 5 times. Okay, for 5 times. So here I have given condition 5. Okay, if we were not taking equal to, then it will print for 4 times, right? Then but I wanted to print here 5 times. So I have taken here I less than or equal to 5, and then we need to increment, we need to we need to here the number is getting increased, so that's why here we are getting, yeah, we are declaring I plus plus. Okay, we are not I don't want in reverse order, but I want to print this number for 5 times only. Okay, then here is only the increment. Okay, now document dot write, yeah, okay. Then what we need to do is we need to do the BR tag. We need to give here the BR tag. Okay, so that the execution will happen line by line. Okay, here we will give one heading. Suppose that is H1 in H1. Okay, suppose for loop example. Okay, just we have taken a for loop example for the same time. Okay, now, okay, for loop example, here it will print the same. इसने कितने बार इंक्रीमेंट किया है? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Why it is so? I equals to 0 is less than or equal to 5, or I equal to, okay, now it will print 5. Okay, now if I wanted to print numbers from 1 to 10, then if I wanted to print numbers from 1 to 10, then okay, now I am taking here one print statement, document dot write. Then here I will be printing numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, now how will you print these numbers? Using for loop. For let I equals to 1, then what will be the condition? I is less than or equal to 10, and then I plus plus. Opening and closing, and here it will print document dot write. And here we will be printing I. Okay, now here we need to give the also a BR tag, because I wanted to print this number line by line, not in single line. Okay, now from 1 to यहाँ पे देखो, यही पे उसने प्रिंट किया है. ओके, यही पे उसने प्रिंट किया है, 10 के बाद में ही उसने प्रिंट किया है. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. इसको हम लोग क्या करेंगे, यही पे एक और बना देंगे. ठीक है, सो इट विल प्रिंट इन द नेक्स्ट लाइन. ओके, this is the execution will happen. How this execution will happen? Hello? Sharad, are you getting my point? Understood? Okay. Do it. Okay, no problem. Console.log or document.write. Okay. You can use anything. Okay. Okay, no problem. Please resolve it quickly. Okay. Now, how will be going to practice by yourself if your Visual VS Code is not working then, right? So, resolve this issue as early as possible. It's OS issue. Okay, no problem. Okay. Now, suppose if I wanted to print the numbers, even numbers from 1 to 50, how will you print? Hmm. How will you print even numbers from 1 to 50 or 0 to 50? What will be the logic? Logical condition between brackets. How? Which condition you will use here? Hmm? For? Hmm. Then how will you print the even numbers? It will print numbers from 0 to 50, right? Right? Right. Then if I wanted to print, it will start from 1. Okay. Then if I wanted to print only the even numbers, then how it will gonna print? What we need to use here? We need to use here if statement, right? If. And what will be the condition? If I, which operator you will use here? I mod 2 equal to 0, then print document dot write. Then what we are going to print here? I. Right? This is only the logic. Hello. 2, 4, 6, 8, printing even numbers, right? It will print all the even numbers between 0 to 50. Are you getting? Hello, Sharad. Just let me know if you are understanding or not. Clear? Okay. Okay. Or 1 will be incremented. Yes. Here it will start from 0. Okay, we are initialize the value from 0. Then it will first take it 0. Then after it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will print the number. Then here is the second condition. It will check the condition. If I suppose I equals to 0, right? 0 is not divisible by 2, right? Then second number is 1. Accordingly, it will the execution will happen in this way only. Okay, if I wanted to print only the even numbers, then we need to give the condition here in if I mod 2, because we know that if I wanted to check the divisibility test, right? If I wanted to check the number is divisible by 2, then what we need to use here, we need to use mod operator, and I mod 2 equals to, if the I mod 2 equal to 0, then if this number is fully divisible by 0, then only print the number, right? If the number is not divisible by 2, then it will not print anything. Okay, got it? हेलो हेलो शरद, समझ में आ रहा है? ओके राइट. ओके, राइट इट इन अ ओके, ठीक है. राइट डाउन दिस प्रोग्राम इन योर नोटपैड ओनली. राइट डाउन. And if I wanted to suppose, if I wanted to print all the even numbers, then this will be your homework. All the this is even number, odd number. Odd number with logical conditions using for loop and if statement. Yes. Whatever logic you wanted to do, or you wanted to apply those logic and show me the odd numbers. Okay, now next, are you doing this? Are you writing this code? Are you writing this code, Sharad? SS taken. You are taking only SS, huh? You are so lazy. Okay, no problem. Okay, no, now here we have seen the for loop, execution of the for loop, and then next is there are many more loops, for loops, for in and for off loop. The two for loops will be seen in object. Okay, will be your object will be printing at the time. We'll see the for in loop and for off loop. Okay, there are two different loops in a JavaScript also. Okay, they are not in Java or Python. Okay, we have to use here for in and for of loop. Okay, now next is while loop. What is the syntax of while loop? What is the syntax of while loop? For loop, where we can use the for loop? When we have a fixed number of iteration, we know the iteration will be only, it will happen only 5 times, right? Then we are using for loop only, right? If what is the infinite, right? In JS or Python, yes, same. It is same. Okay, but what is the use of while loop? Basically, while loop is using when we don't know the iteration number. We don't know the how many times it will gonna happen, or it will going to execute. We don't know if the iteration we don't know, then only we can use while loop. Simple. The while loop, the syntax of while loop is same as if loop, right? If, while, here, while, then condition, here is the condition. We need to give the condition, then opening and closing. Okay, now here we will declare the statements. Okay, suppose if I wanted to print 1 to 10 numbers using while loops, then right? If I wanted to print numbers from 1 to 10 using while loop, then suppose here I have taken one h1 tag, suppose. Then here I will be printing while loop. Okay, example. Okay, now in script tag we will be taking, okay, while true can also be used. Yes. It or it's only used in Python. No. We can use here while loop in JavaScript, in Java also, not in Python. Not only in Python, we can use anywhere while loop. While loop is there only. Okay. So here script tag, I need to print the numbers while using while loop, right? So in a while loop, we need to give only the condition. And where is the condition? Only while loop. Okay. Now, if I wanted to print numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. Now, let me declare one variable. Let suppose number equals to 1. Okay. I wanted to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So here I have declared one number. The initialize the variable from 1. Means what? It will print, the execution will start from 1. Okay. Now, while I'm giving here the condition, while number is less than 10. Now, how many numbers will be printing here? Chalo, here we'll do console.log. Okay, now, and no need to give the number. Okay, now, if I will run this program, will it gonna work? I just memorized. It will always be true. Yes, it will always be true. But is this code is correct? Or it will go into the infinite loop? Infinite loop, right? It will go into the infinite loop. Why? Because here we didn't declare the any condition. We need to give the condition, right? Here only it will print only the number 1. It will always print the number 1, right? Here we need to give the condition, that is number plus plus. That is increment. We need to increment this number. Okay, the variable we need to increment, and now it will be printing numbers from 1 to 10. Let's check, will it work or not? Okay, now we need to inspect this. inspect and console. Right. Here it is the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 only. Why it is 9 only? 9. Okay, right? Because here we have give the condition number is less than 10. Means what? Here it will printing the numbers below 10. Okay, not it is not including 10 because we have given the condition number is less than 10 or not equal to. Right? We didn't give the condition equal to. We have to manually make the condition false. Okay, right. Otherwise, it will be true and it will be always get printed over. Right, right. Okay, if we didn't give here, if we don't give the condition, then it will goes under the infinite loop. Okay, now only it will check only the first condition. The condition is true, and now the execution will goes into the infinite loop. Infinite loop, right? That is the what we can say that the disadvantage of while loop. Okay, when means when we know the fix, we don't know the iteration, then we can use here while loop. If we know the iteration at the time, we can use for loop. Workflow of execution will be like that till it get false. Right, till it get false. Same. When the condition is true, it will check the conditions. So number is 1. Okay, now number is printing. Then it will get incremented. Then second number is there. Then condition will be checked. If the condition is true, then the execution gonna happen. Okay, if the condition execution will happen till the condition is false. Okay, when your condition is false, then only the execution will stop here. Okay, same just like a for loop here, the execution will be same. If the condition when your condition will gonna fail, when number is 10, because we have given number is less than 10. At that time, your condition will fail, condition will false, and the execution will go out of this block. Okay. Okay. Right. 10 is right. And it won't increment from them. Right. No, it will not increment from 10. Okay, clear? Okay. Now just write down the program to find out odd numbers using while loop. Write down the program on notepad and copy paste and send me in the chat box. Yes, I'm waiting. Yes, using while loop only. Done with the code? Okay, if I mod to not equal to console.log. Okay, this is also correct. And one more way is there, which is that way. Okay, execution will happen here, num plus 1, number equal to 1. Then condition num. Okay. Here, suppose if I wanted to give you 0, just check, then num plus 1. If num will be above, then it will be increment before printing display. No, yes. We need to, right. We need to give this condition after the print statement, because first it will check the, because we have initialized the number here. Okay, now firstly it will check the condition for this number, then it will print the first number, and then we will give the condition, and then only the condition will applicable for there. And placement also matters in the coding here. Right, yes. Placement also matters. Okay, now that will be the while loop. Okay, now next is do while loop. What is do while? Do you know do while loop? Just opposite of while loop. Okay, then here we are giving the condition and hold the code in do loop. There is a, and only it will, in while loop the condition will check at first, right, at first, and in do while loop the condition will check at last. Even the condition is false, then only the execution will happen once, right, because here it will first check the condition, then only it will printing, right. But in do while loop, here it will not first going to check the condition, we are giving the condition at the last. Okay, how it is so? Just check. Now here we have to give, suppose let a equals to 0, a equals to 1. Okay, and then do. Here do is the block. Okay, do is the block. Suppose document. Okay, it will be check under the script tag. Okay, because we are writing the HTML code. Okay, do document dot write, and then here we are giving what? A. Okay, then we are giving the condition a plus plus. Okay, and now at last we'll be checking the condition in while. While suppose a is less than 5. Just check, just save, and let's see how it will work. Yeah, it will not stop here. Execution is not stopping. Why? Oh, okay, no problem. Will be one new one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because we have given the condition We have given the condition A is less than 5. Okay, if I have pass here equal to, then only it will consider the 5. Okay, then only it will be considered the 5. If I wanted to print line by line, then document dot write, and we need to type here BR tag, right? Because it is used for line break. Okay, just save it. And now let's check. Okay. Now, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened, Sharad? Heard that, yes. What? What you heard? The difference between do and while loop. Okay, at while loop, the condition will be checked. Even the condition here, if the condition is false, then no execution will happen. Not even once only. Okay, but if there is a do while loop, because here we are checking the condition at last, whether if the condition is false also, even the condition is false also, then only one execution will happen, right? Because we are checking the condition at last. Okay, that is the difference between do while loop and while loop. It was regarding do while when you initially asked about it. Okay, no problem. Okay, okay, that is the difference between do while loop and while loop. Okay, got it? Understood? कोड ब्लॉक डू लूप के अंदर है तो वो डिस्प्ले नहीं होगा, राइट? इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी डिस्प्ले, बट ये जो ब्लॉक है डू वाला, इट विल एग्जीक्यूट फर्स्ट, right? Because in JavaScript also, your execution will gonna happen line by line because it is an interpreted language also. Okay, now here, firstly, it will check the do loop, and then after that, it will check the condition at the last. Okay. Show some other example, ma'am, for grasping the point. What point? क्या नहीं समझ में आया? Do while loop जो हम लोग यहाँ पे while लूप के अंदर करते थे, वो यहाँ पे हम लोगों को क्या करना है, अभी डू के अंदर देना है। तो ये जो डू वाला लूप है, ये आप लोगों का एग्जीक्यूट होगा इवन दिस कंडीशन इज फॉल्स ऑल्सो। अगर ये कंडीशन फॉल्स है, सपोज यहाँ पे मैंने किया है ग्रेटर देन, ओके, तो ये कंडीशन तो फॉल्स है, लेकिन एक बार उसका एग्जीक्यूशन होगा ही होगा। ठीक है, देन उसके बाद वो एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं होगा, लेकिन एक बार होगा। ठीक है, सपोज हम लोग यहाँ पे दूसरा एग्जाम्पल, suppose if I wanted to print, suppose hello JavaScript. Okay, so let I equals to 1. Okay, then here do is the block document dot write. Then here I wanted to print okay, hello JavaScript. Okay, now here the basically you need to give the condition, and condition will be, and here we are giving the iteration while I is less than 5. Means how it will gonna happen? Suppose if I wanted to take here document dot write, so that execution will happen in another line. Okay, then here br tag, we are using br tag for line break. Just to save, and let's check whether it is working or not. Okay, understood now? Okay, Do it. First one is done. And the second one? No, it is not mandatory. We are not using do while loop here. We are using for loop, for in loop, for each loop, sorry, for in, for off loop. While loop, sometimes we are using while loop. Do while, right. Any alternative? No, we don't want to use this kind of, such kind of things. If interviewer will ask you what is the difference between do while and while loop, so you should know the difference between do while loop and while loop. That's why I'm explaining that things only. Okay. Can we use while loop for loop in just? Yes, yes, we can use. That's why we are learning, na? That's why we are learning only. Okay, no problem. Okay, now next topic is there is a object. Okay, we will be seeing for off and for in loop in object only. Okay, first first we'll understand what is object. What is object? Simple, it is, we can call as it as a variable, right? We can say that it is a variable, right? Okay, means what? One variable can contain, a variable same variable cannot contain multiple values, right? Suppose if we have a, sorry, okay, suppose here it is a script tag. Okay, now here let suppose car equal to, I have given here the suppose Kia. Okay, this is only what, this is what, key pair, value pair, something under the object creation, right? But we can say that, can we say that object is a variable only? Okay, that is the variable, this is a variable. But in object, we can store the multiple values for the same object, right? Okay, how? Suppose let car equals to, we are giving the multiple values in, suppose यहाँ पे हम लोग दे देंगे suppose type, देन सबसे पहले आएगा मॉडल या फिर कंपनी, कंपनी, देन कंपनी विल बी सपोज किया. Okay, I am, okay, then okay, here we don't need to give the semicolon, we need to give the comma here. Okay, then model will be Seltos, suppose Kia Seltos. Okay, now comma, then price, right? Price will be there or not? Okay, so suppose here I'm giving the price. Okay, price here, suppose price is 3 lakhs. Okay, and last one is the color. Okay, so now we'll give the, okay, color is suppose white color. Okay, so now here we are giving the semicolon. Okay, now this is called as a object. A object can store multiple values for the same object. Okay, now here object is the, what is the object? Here car is the object. Okay, and if I want, and these are the properties of a car. Car have a company, car have a model, car have a price, car have a color, right? These are some properties of this car as an object. We are using your object of a car, right? So there are properties, there are multiple properties of a car object. The properties of car here, company, okay? Are you seeing here property, right? Property, price, color, and sorry, company, model, price, and color. These are the properties of car object. And how can we access this kind of object? Simple. We can access. Now here I am taking document, right? You can store it in variable also. Okay. Right. Here I'm giving car dot type. Just say, let's check. Will it working on? Okay. Undefined. Why undefined? Let's check inspect console, where it will not giving us some value. Company, then sorry, टाइप हम लोगों ने दिया ही नहीं है ना वहां पे. डॉग कार डॉट, यहाँ पे इतने ना मॉडल प्राइस कंपनी, कंपनी सपोज जस्ट सेव. Okay, now will be okay. Okay, I'm getting here Kia. Okay, understand? Late declared variable can be modified under, yes, not in constant, right. Car dot color can be used to modify the color if it's declared, right? Okay, now this is the object. Okay, we can store it in, we can store the multiple values for the same object. We can declare a multiple properties for the same object in a object. Okay, entire object can be modified as well. Yes. Okay, got it? Okay, take screenshot, capture the screenshot, and we'll continue with object tomorrow. Okay, now how to use for of loop, for in loop for the object will be seeing in the next lecture. Okay, we'll be discussing all about the object. Yes, we'll revise, and yes, with different examples, right? I'm not taking only the same example. I will take another example. Okay. Okay. Okay, no problem. You can ask. Okay. Okay. Now for today's lecture, we are stop here. We can stop here. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow at the same time on the 9 p.m. Okay. Good night.